Maribel, I do a fair amount of tracking. I don't actually do as much tracking as a lot of consultants, if you can imagine that. A lot of them do like daily or weekly reports, and I find those to be busy work and not very effective, and they drive staffs crazy. So what I do is 3 times a month, I get data from the practice, and it used to be Cindy, and now it will be you, Maribel. So that is to say, I'm teaching both of you this process because I'm going to look at you interchangeable as who can get me the numbers, but Maribel, I'm looking to you to get the numbers. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're not there, I would expect Alyssa to be able to do it, but primarily I'm going to have you do it. Now, let me be very clear. You do not need to gather every number on this report. Sometimes we can delegate to other people to help you gather some of the numbers. Okay. At first, it will seem kind of overwhelming, like, oh my God, there's so much on this report. It will get easier and easier as you go through because you'll understand it's basically like a production by procedure code report and then some other things that you have to track manually. The most important and complicated, not sure what that is, complicated thing that I have to have teach you is how to track crowns. Okay. I track crowns
Okay.
differently than anybody else in the world tracks crowns because they don't really understand where they come from. So I'm going to go from the top of this form to the bottom of this form. It would behoove you to take notes. Okay. Either on the form themselves or separately. So the first thing is we're this report gets sent to me at the end of the day prior to my meeting. So, i.e., I would have gotten one last night at the end of the day. And that's true for meeting one and meeting two. Okay. So in 2 weeks, I'll get another report from you, and it will be this second column here that says meeting two. Today, today it would have been meeting one.
Okay.
That make sense? Then at the end of the month, i.e. December, which I didn't get because of the changeover in staff, and we're going to try to go through and fill that out today, or I'll let you guys do it on your own time. I need a month-end report for December. Okay. So let me teach you how I think about days. Tell him to be quiet. Um, this up here, if you'll see on the left, it says doctor days in and doctor days out. This is
Okay.
doctor days. It's not days that were open. It's not hygiene days. It's not specialist days. For us, it's easy because it's just Dr. Pigneri. But some practices that I have 2 or 3 doctors, right? So you may have 25 doctor days a month, 30 doctor days a month. For us, it's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and fill this out right now. And are you guys in front of a computer that works, that has access to the software and stuff or no?
Yes.
Okay. So on your phone, Maribel, whip out your phone real quick. Whip out your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're
am
on.
I on your phone? Okay.
You're on.
All right, I get it. How many days have we worked? In the,
This year,
in the month of January, how many days have we been open? And then I want to know, counting today, how many days are we
one.
remaining in the month? So hold on, I'm going to finish this because I'm going to go get a glass of water. How many days have we worked up until yesterday? And how many days, including today, do we have left to work? I'm going to let you count those. I'm going to get a drink real quick, okay? Okay?
Yes.
You got it?
4, right?
Yeah, because we didn't work the first and second. We've only worked the 6th, 7th, 8th. So that would be 3 days prior to today and 4 with today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other days out?
Yeah. I mean, but that's tomorrow, but we don't work tomorrow.
Uh-huh. So we would just put 4 for the days out?
That's what I put, yeah.
4 and 4?
For the days out is 1. No,
Days out
no,
starts
it should be
days
0.
out starts
No,
with today. So days out starts with today and goes to the end of the month. How many doctor days do we have from today to the end of the month?
So I'm doing the next 3 weeks, which is 4 days. So that's 3 times 12, 4. It's 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus
So we're
today it is 13 is we're not counting Fridays because we're not here Fridays.
Yeah, okay.
Correct. So she says 13.
So in days out, write 13.
Mm-hmm.
How many days have we worked, not counting today?
3.
Okay, so write 3 on days in. So the day that we have the meeting is always a day out because it's not done and it's typically not included in the numbers that you sent me last night.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Now roll your eye all the way to the right column. Hi, doctor.
Yeah.
Where it says days in. You see the X's there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the X's right here?
Yeah.
Okay, there's no days out because this is now a month-end report. There's no days out. The month is over.
Got it.
So on like February 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, you would be sending me the month-end report for January. You would just tell me how many days you worked.
Okay.
Okay, and this number
So
here,
the days from the month prior.
right? This number here in should equal
Mm-hmm.
the days in and days out of your other 2 columns, right? So if you were 3 days in and 12 days out, you're going to work 15 days. The only reason it wouldn't equal that is if you cancel the day,
Gotcha.
right? And sometimes that happens at the end of the month, like, oh, doctor's sick, or you want to go to the Maldives again, and we would give them a break. Okay, so that's days in, days out. So it's always worked, not including today, and then days remain. Okay,
That's Alyssa who goes to Maldives, not me.
that is true. That is true. I misspoke. She's so hoity-toity.
Come on. You don't want to go? No. That makes it better because now you can hear too.
There she is. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to clear this. Okay, I'm gonna minimize that. So here we go with crowns. This is the hardest thing that I'm going to explain today. Okay. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
Okay. I'm just going to say it verbally, and then I'm going to draw a picture and show you. Okay.
So what?
Okay.
I'm going to say it verbally, and then I'm going to show a picture of Maribel. Maribel, are you looking at me on your phone?
Yeah.
You need to switch. You need to go to a larger monitor. That's not going to work for today.
Yeah, I keep zooming in and out. Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Switch with me. Go in there and yes.
Use the phone for the camera and microphone, but log into the meeting on a computer screen that's in front of you.
So here.
So go to Zoom on the computer in front of you and just log into the meeting.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a big monitor. You can stay on the phone.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Okay, cool.
Got it. I'm gonna
Okay.
just look at do you know the join the meeting ID by
928 903 9253.
Is there any smoke at your house yet?
Not yet. I can see it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, but it's not at your house. That's
No,
good.
it's off like on the horizon, kind of. It's really bad though. Like we all have friends now who have lost their homes.
I know. From the news, it sounds insane.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Okay, I got 2 people in the waiting room here. Don't know who they are. Team and team. Okay, cool. Okay, did that help, Maribel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you can actually see what I'm pointing at. You know what I mean?
Recording in progress.
Now I'm gonna mute one of them.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I see. I've got two. Okay, there we go. I've got two. I don't need.
You do it.
I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick. Oh no, that's fine. I see what you're doing too. Okay, Alyssa. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Crowns. As we sit here today, 3 days in, there's a number of crowns that we've prepped. Can you guys count, Alyssa and no, Maribel? Can you count the number of crowns that we've prepped, not including today?
Yes, I'm going into the
Vanessa and
schedule.
Alyssa. Vanessa and Alyssa. Can you count the number of crowns that are scheduled for the rest of the month, including today?
Okay.
Are you near Maribel?
No.
That's weird, huh?
It's echoing.
It's echoing because they have two microphones.
Not including perio, correct? Oh,
Just
well, no,
crowns.
that's an implant. Sorry.
Just crowns, implant crown restorations. If it's a bridge, it counts as well, like 3 units, 4 units, whatever the bridge is. What else am I missing, Alyssa?
That's it.
I think the microphone
I'm working.
on one of yours is looping into the microphone of the other, even though you have it muted, which is weird.
That's funny.
But can't I take you off the phone? And like, if I mute you here, can't you unmute that? You have 2 webcams going.
Okay. I count 8, including Mr. Hannah, but we didn't charge him. Do I count that one too?
No, he's not a crown. He needed
Oh.
second stage.
Okay. So 7.
Okay, so that's crowns prepped, right? So far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somewhere redo. So I think it's 4.
Oh, really?
It's 1. Oh, sorry.
You guys figured it out. I'm gonna ask to unmute that one. Alyssa, unmute the microphone that's on your overhead monitor. Because you guys hung up on the phone, right? I can't hear you.
Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
Better?
Perfect. Yep, that's great. That's fantastic. Okay. So is it 4?
Yeah.
Prepped already? All right. So write a 4 in crowns prepped. How many crowns do we have left remaining on the books for the rest of the month, Alyssa and Vanessa?
We're still working on it.
No problem. Maribel, I'm going to give you another assignment. Click over to February and count the number of crowns that we have scheduled in the month of February.
Okay.
Doctor, do you know how many crowns you've diagnosed this month so far?
I can look.
Go look.
What about the ones that are no charge? Are we?
No, don't count those.
Don't count them, I guess.
I think it's 1.
Yeah, bottom the bottom.
That's it.
Okay, 1, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Looks like 4 so far that I diagnosed.
We got 20.
Okay.
And I
So-
got 1.
Okay. So how many crowns have you prepped so far? 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many are on the books for the rest of this month, kids?
20.
20. So write a 20 there. And how many are future booked into next month, Maribel?
One.
One, only one. Solamente uno, as I said. And then how many have we diagnosed?
This month, I think
Yeah.
4.
Okay. So on your, do you have all of the reports that Cindy has put to? Oh no, we're doing January. Never mind. Okay, we'll do something else. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. How many crowns we prepped? How many crowns are what I call, Maribel, on the books? So when I say how many crowns are on the books, I mean this month, the month that we're in. You with me?
I am.
Okay. When I say how many crowns are future booked, I mean how many crowns are future booked into the next month. Okay? All right. Doctor's tracking what he diagnoses allegedly. Okay, so that's all very, very well and good. What we don't know at this point, and we will figure it out, is how many crowns came from last month into this month. Okay? We're going to have to solve December before we solve January, I think. Let me think about this for a second. You're doing January's numbers right now. Okay, let's do it. Let's just take a minute and do it properly. Here's what I'd like you to do. It's going to take a minute. Maribel, on the crowns that you've prepped already, I want you to go in there and find out how many of those crowns came from December. In other words, most of them probably did because we're so early in the month of January. Does that make sense? So I want you to keep a tally for me of the 4 that we've done and the 20 we're going to do and the 1 that we pushed. I'm doing that by memory. I think that was right. Did you say 20? We have
That's
20
what they
crowns?
said.
Their bridge.
That's fantastic for us. So I want you both to count the on the books as well, Alyssa and Vanessa. So go through there and count how many crowns came from December. Maribel, when you're done, you're going to go out into that 1 crown in February and find out where that came from. In other words, did we find it in the last 3 or 4 days, or did it come from December?
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me figure out a way to. Can I just type in here? Yeah. Okay. Crowns from last month was, we don't know. Crowns prepped
So we have to see how many were diagnosed.
is 4.
We have to go over it.
So you want us to go one by one on each patient and see if they got a treatment plan for a crown?
Yes, ma'am. It's only a pain in the butt because the month is over. That's why we have to go through one by one. But I'll show you how we're going to do this in the future where it's much easier.
Why don't we go back to the ones that are on January and see when they got diagnosed? The ones that are already booked. You know what I mean?
The 20.
Well, no, 15 because Mr. Sid has 5.
Oh, so it's not 20, it's 15? Oh,
No,
15
it's a
patients. I
bridge.
understand. I got it.
Yeah. So go to January, yeah, and then go. For example, Mr. Harris, when did he got diagnosed?
Let's check.
Mr. Joe was a redo. So we know 5 came from December.
I just took a chewable vitamin and I swallowed it by accident.
25 minutes.
Hopefully your
Go on.
stomach chews it.
I was like, that's fairly large.
That's what I feel. She wasn't from December because she came in with the limited. So that was not. We'll go to the ones that are in the future.
What about if they were rescheduled from December to January?
If they came from December to January, then that is from the prior month.
Okay.
She was
So I'm counting 2.
No, that can't be right. Oh, out of the 4.
Yes, sir.
That's
Oh, okay. So keep track of that number. Now go look at that one that's in the on the schedule for February. Where did that come from? The last couple of days, or did it come from December?
It was
I
scheduled from today.
Yeah, I
Right.
scheduled that.
Okay,
yeah, because we counted it. Yeah,
then
I think
don't
she
count.
did.
I think so too. Or maybe this month.
You
The,
guys,
the one for the one for February, it's on the 20th, and I rescheduled it from January 7th.
December.
okay, got it. So let's leave it alone right now.
Right here.
12, 11. Root canal. No, she's from October. That doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count.
Okay.
Only there. and not-
No.
Well, we're not done.
And then Mr. Test. I think he was from December. Hmm? He came in for a limited. What do they call him? Hygiene. No, he's from February.
What the?
He's from a year ago.
Who?
Mr. Test? Oh, pardon.
She was not. She's been diagnosed with that for months, years.
Okay, so no.
No.
We've only counted 6.
Mm-hmm.
How we looking?
This was just diagnosed yesterday.
So no.
This, I think he was in December. Every time we think it was December, it wasn't.
It was like a year ago.
Yeah.
It was like 5 years ago.
Mhm.
But they're doing it.
Yeah. Mhm.
We don't have an oral surgeon. We just have a periodontist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna delete this this whole
He
row.
doesn't do oral surgery here?
He does, but he's our periodontist. So anything he does, I'm gonna count under him. Delete row. Just gives me more room on my form, which is
That was not that.
good. Okay.
Wait, did we get pain marks? Bridge?
We have a Pano and a CBCT, right?
It was supposed to be.
What?
We have a CBCT, right?
No.
No? Okay. Good. Okay. So this is looking a little more customized. All right. How we doing,
Come on,
Bo?
you're just here.
I know. I forget everybody what they have. Maribel, can you look up what Daisy has produced so far? Do you know how to do that?
I think so.
Production by provider?
Mm-mm.
I do.
I know you do, but I'm not interested in that.
Fine.
So 6.
6.
6 from starting today. Because Maribel checked the ones from.
Okay. 6 out of the 15 patients or 20 crowns, 6 came from the last month.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. And Maribel had 2.
That's like 8, yeah.
Okay. So in this box here, we're going to put 8. So we're doing, I gotta make sure.
And you only went from starting January, correct?
Yeah.
To today or yesterday?
From the beginning of the month until yesterday. Thank you. That's a good question. Alyssa and Vanessa, do we have any ortho production or perio production yet?
Have we?
Yeah, in this month.
In the
Has the periodontist been in yet?
He came
He
yesterday.
came yesterday.
Can you tell me what he produced?
Sure.
Mhm. The Jackie schedule?
Do we have a date?
Oh, we don't. Oh, yeah, the doctor is showing.
Jacqueline didn't schedule.
Religion.
Here.
Mhm. I don't know.
Okay, so Daisy from January 1st to yesterday, it's 44. Wait, which one do you want? The ending balance, the beginning balance?
Adjusted production if you have it.
Adjusted production.
He produced nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Congra- Congratulations.
Yep.
Okay. Alyssa, can you look up Rashida's production for me?
So I'm showing, I'm not sure if this is correct, 4,420.
How many days?
3?
It's DEISS.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah,
That was pretty close, huh? 4,000 what?
420 and 70 cents.
And how many days did she work?
3.
Okay, that's probably correct. Can you do the math for me? Divide 4,420 by 3?
Mhm.
Click the top right now. Oh, where we put down there? No.
1,473 and 50 and 5, 66666.
I don't need to change. 1,000 what?
1,473.
Okay. And Rashida.
I can help you. I'm joking. We can. We just can't. We don't know how to do that.
Okay,
I got it.
You don't know how to do the production?
No.
Okay. Then Maribel,
I got it.
tell us where you're clicking so that the girls can learn, if it's
Oh,
possible.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm going on the report on the office manager thing. Under report and then management and then
Wait
provider A.
I can't.
We're on the schedule. Go to the schedule.
Okay,
When you're on the schedule, you go to.
when you're on the schedule, you're gonna go to the upper left. There's like a little chair, like a rolling desk chair. It says office manager.
Okay.
And then from there, you're gonna go to reports, management, provider AR totals. And then here you're going to personalize whatever you want. So the first one says select provider. You're gonna hit Rashida from and Rashida to. So that way only Rashida comes up. And then the last one says select date. You're gonna put 1/1/25 and then 1/8/25 because he only wants till yesterday. And then you hit OK. And you double click. It should be the one all the way at the bottom, the report all the way at the bottom on the batch processor. You see that?
On the 16th.
You want me to come over?
It's loading.
I guess it's loading.
It should be pretty fast. Let me come over.
Check your dates. Maybe you did too many dates. The dates wrong.
What? Sorry.
Oh, no, not you. Go ahead.
Okay.
So here, you're going to change it to one, and then tab, and then 108, 25. You good?
And then
That one you changed, right?
Yeah.
The Rashida. Okay, so just hit okay.
Mhm.
And then go all the way down.
Oh, we were there.
Double click here. This is the last one, yeah. Double click it, and then it should show.
Well, we were there. We just didn't know what this screen meant.
Yeah, it's kind of like a batch thing. So
Mm.
the big, yeah. And then this is what he wants.
1,447.
That's she's only worked one day then?
Monday and
Monday
today.
and today.
Oh, I don't want today.
Then 1,447.
And that's one day, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, that's one day.
And that's easy average. Okay. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's go back up here. I'm kind of customizing this form for us to make it a little bit simpler. Let's talk about what we've learned about crowns. Why can't I get this to move down? Come on, you knucklehead. Okay, let's take a look at crowns then. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can. We believe, to the best of our ability, that standing here, how many days into the month were we again? 3?
3,
And how many days out?
13.
13. Okay. We are 3 days in, 13 days out of the race of January, first race in the month in the year 2025. And we brought 8 crowns forward from December into January. Does that make sense? Okay. We have 4 crowns prepped in 3 days, and we expect to prep, as of now, 20 crowns in the next 13 days. Does that make sense? Okay. So what I consider crowns from the last month is the lead that we gave ourselves last race. Does that make sense? So we ran the month of December as a race, and we did so well that we have 8 crowns that we decided to push into January. Maribel, does that make sense?
Yeah.
No?
Yep. I
Okay.
get it.
Alyssa will tell you, I'm very, very good with I don't know. What I'm not very good with is when you don't
No,
know.
I get it.
Okay, all
I
right,
get it.
all right.
You're good. You're good.
So just make sure you let
I'm
me know
just
if you don't
analyzing.
Okay. So
Yeah, no, if I don't understand, I'll tell you for sure.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So we brought 8 crowns in from December into January. We prepped for, we have 20 on the books. So now that number will rise and fall. As we go through the month, the on the books number might rise. And as we get towards the end of the month, it will fall ultimately to 0 because there's nothing left on the books, right? Which is why over here it's black. So meeting 1 report, meeting 2 report, month end report, there is nothing on the books at the end of the month. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So this is hard now because it's kind of like the middle, it's not the end of the month. So when we get to the end of January, Maribel, you're just easily going to say, how many crowns have we prepped and how many did we push?
Okay.
Future book into next month. That's it. How many crowns have we prepped? How many crowns have we future book?
Okay. You're gonna send me this, right?
That form?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm customizing it for you right now, so it's a little easier to understand, but it's the same form you have in front of you. It's just not blank.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that form is the December form, which is meeting 1 and meeting 2 is filled out, but we're gonna work together later to fill out the December month end. And when I say we, I mean Alyssa and Maribel. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing you're gonna have to do, well, you've already done it actually. So on that form right now, go and say future booked into next month. Do you see that line there on the form for December that you have in front of you? Write 8.
I've already did.
Okay. So the crowns from this is the other concept. Sounds like you already understand it. The concept that most people don't understand is when I'm looking at 2 reports like this. Oh, did my camera go dead or can you see me?
Yeah, your camera's not on.
Am I back?
No, it just has your symbol, your performance DDS symbol.
Weird. Hold on.
It looks like a propeller.
Okay, maybe I need to
What?
change. Yeah, you're right. It does. Okay, you're the first person to say that. Now I can't unsee that. Okay. When
We
you
can't.
when you have a December month end
Okay.
and you have a January mid month, the future booked into next month from December is the same number as from last month on January. 8. So at the end of December, we future booked 8 crowns.
Okay.
The reason I know that is because from last month in January is 8.
Oh, okay.
What that means is from last month in January means from December, doesn't it?
Yes.
Last month in March means from February. It's just a month. So what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what the month is. Once the month is over, December, and we future booked a certain number of crowns, that never changes. So for January, from last month is 8, from last month is 8, from last month is 8. It's the same number, right? And the reason you know what that number is in January is because you had to go through and count each crown and figure out that they came from December. You won't have to do that anymore. You'll just know at the end of January how many crowns did we prep, how many crowns did we future book. In other words, how many crowns are on the books for February.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? Okay. So I just want to make sure that's clear. It's a very kind of weird concept to understand. Some people get it quickly, some people don't, and it's perfectly fine, whomever you are. Okay. So let me get rid of this. Okay. So we're 3 days in, 13 days out. We brought 8 crowns forward from December. So when you're filling out December's crowns for me later, December's month end report for me later, Alyssa, just know that that's 8 crowns that you future booked.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Yeah, okay. You're very small, so I can't see if you're nodding. Okay. Crowns prepped so far is 4. Crowns on the books is 20. That's a really great number for us. Crowns. So what will happen, Maribel, is the crowns prepped will rise. Typically, the crowns on the books for the rest of the month will kind of rise and then it'll start to fall, right? Because they'll move from on the books to prepped.
Yeah.
What will also rise is how many crowns we pushed in the next month, right? We don't do that a ton here. Other practices that have future book a ton of work. Okay. And then we're going to continue to crack what we diagnosed. And I'm going to kind of talk about that a little bit later. I need to kind of emphasize that a little bit more. Okay. How much has Dr. Pigneri produced so far? Can you run real quick a production by procedure or a production report?
Well, we said nothing because we didn't charge.
No, that was the periodontist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm Dr. Pigneri.
Hi, nice meeting
I see.
you. I'm thinking Dr. E. I don't know why.
Alyssa,
Okay,
Vanessa, can you count for me the new patients that we've seen and the new patients that we have to see?
It's all today.
Okay, so. Yeah.
Mhm.
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 Are those new patients at the moment? No. right?
No, they've been here before.
Okay, so Dr. Pigneri has, with the adjustments, it says 12,617.
Does that include today?
Mhm.
No, yesterday.
Perfect. And so how many days? 3 days, right?
3 days. Yes,
And so
sir.
that's 4,208.
So 12,617 divided into 3, 4,205.
Damn, that's good. 2 and 5. I missed it by a couple of nickels. Okay. Great, 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 great. I'm going to leave this here because that's optimistic thinking that at Sunday we're going to have an associate. Okay, doctor? Ortho specialty. Have we done any ortho so far this month?
No.
0.0.
No,
Three future booked new patients.
Okay, how many have we seen?
1.
One,
Hmm?
and we only have 3 on the books?
Correct.
I don't love that. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm gonna move forward because this category here is fairly straightforward. Maribel, all you're gonna do is run a production by procedure report. That is from the first day of the month that ends yesterday. Okay. And you're gonna tell me how many 1110 and 1120s we've done, how many 4910s we've done, and how many SRP. Now, this is an important distinction. What does that say there?
SRPs, not quads.
No, read it again.
So, like, you want to know the patient, not the quadrant.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Patients, not quads. Good. And then any arresting if we're doing it. I don't think we do a lot, but maybe. Okay. We've got Daisy's production here. Very nicely done. 3 days. I'll clean this up so it's a little easier. Rashida's as well. And oh, this is important. Maribel, will you go through both girls' schedules right now and tell me how many empty slots they had in their schedule? Vanessa and Alyssa, will you go through the remaining slots of hygiene for the rest of the month, including today, and tell me how many empty hygiene appointments are in their schedule for the rest of the month? And I don't care why. I call it empty butts and seats, if you remember that.
Do you want me to count today or no, not me?
You're not counting today.
Okay, they've had 10.
How many?
10.
You've had 10 empties already in 4 days.
In 3 days. You
No,
said not counting today.
3 days of Daisy and 1 day of Rashida.
Oh, altogether is 10. All right, let me do.
No, I don't want them broken up. I want them all together. But you're telling me that it's 10.
In 3 days.
That's really not.
Starting Monday
Yeah,
and finishing yesterday.
great. So I just want you to listen to the difference on how I speak. When I talk about doctor days so far, it's 3. When I talk about hygiene days so far, it's 4. Does that make sense? Because
No.
because Daisy's had 3 days and Rashida's had 1.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just a slight little difference there.
Okay.
And
Altogether is 10.
yeah, okay, great. That's great that you have the number. It's not a great number.
We have 35 empties.
Oh my Lord in heaven. Okay, we have identified a problem. Okay, but I'm not worried about the number right now. I want to make sure you guys understand the number. Everybody
So I
understand?
have a question.
Yes, yes.
I mean, obviously, ideally, you want none, but what is okay?
I don't want none. Does anybody remember, Alyssa or Vanessa, if we had 20 hygiene days, what the goal would be for empties? Does anybody remember?
What the goal would be for empties?
Yeah.
None.
Okay, if we had 20 hygiene days, it's half. So, Maribel, I never want 0. 0 is not the goal. If that was the goal,
Okay.
we feel very bad about ourselves all the time. But if you had 20 hygiene
Okay.
days, I would want 10 empties or less. So it's half. If you had 8 hygiene days, or as you have now, 4, I would want 2 empties or less. Okay? So we are way,
Gotcha.
way off the mark. And we have big shoes to fill because Cindy was good at a lot of things, but she was very good at filling the hygiene schedule. So that's what we need to pour some kerosene on. Okay, same thing for the above procedures right here on that same report that you're going to run, Maribel. You can run it for comp exams, periodic exams, limited exams, and you can fill those in there. Okay. Oh, you can run it for Bite Wellness too, because we created a 0 code for that, didn't we?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
So Alyssa's going to explain to you what Bite Wellness visits are later, okay? I'm not going to do it right now. Melissa, make a note.
Yep.
I don't want to overwhelm you, Maribel. You're doing great, and I just want to kind of have you get the big picture of stuff. So you can run
Can you put the codes together, like the the little squares that you have? Like
I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking. I might be able to, but it's a bigger ask than you think. But I'm looking at the
Okay.
I'm thinking the same thing.
It's okay if you can't
No,
know
no,
it.
I'm thinking the same thing. It's just a bigger ask because I have 20 clients. So we're gonna leave it where it is for now, but I was thinking the same thing, but there must have been a reason why I did that, but I don't know what it is. Okay,
Just so I
so
stay organized.
moving
That's all.
forward, I love it. I love your brain. We have panos and FMXs. Yes, we have a pano machine and we have an FMX machine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just run the code for that. I want to know how many panos we took and how many FMXs we took. No problem. Do we know what we have produced so far? Can you tell me, Maribel, what we've produced? And Alyssa, do you know how to run what we've collected?
I think we can do it the same way we just did the other report. Let's try.
No, that's going to give you production. I want to
They're
know.
all on the day sheet. Like those numbers are all on the day sheet. You don't have to pull them up single handedly one by one.
No, but I don't want to include today.
Okay, then you can run a day sheet from the 6th through the 9th. Or 6th through the 8th.
Oh, we didn't come back to the six. So 6th, 7th, 8th is the 3 days. Yeah. Yeah.
Saying day sheet, but that doesn't mean you want to tell me how to do that.
Day sheet's not going to show you what you collected.
If you go to the office manager chair, the fourth from the left on the
Day sheet is
little.
not going to show you what you collected. It's going to show you what you produced.
No, ours shows what you collect. It
Every
has
day?
both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. I stand corrected.
I click on the chair.
And then you see the little button with the sun and the paper that's by itself.
It's like in the middle.
Yeah, above the B in batch processor in mine.
Thank you.
You see it?
I have clicked it.
Okay. And then for me, if you go to where it says select totals, I have all those checked except for compare to fee schedule. And then for the report types, I just have alphabetical day sheet only so you don't get like the deposit slip and everything.
Okay.
Then if you go from select date, you can put any date you want. So 1/6/25 to 1/8/25. And then if you hit OK, then it will come up in the batch thing, the batch processor.
Select date.
Yeah, 1/6/25 to 1/8/25. And then it will. So I have for that, it's 16,551 produced, 18,626 and 50 cents collected.
Okay. Give me the production number again.
16,551 and no cents.
Okay. And collected.
18,626 and 50 cents.
And now what I'd like to know, Maribel, is what is on the schedule for the entire month, from the first of the month to the 30, whatever, first. What is total at a glance on the books? And this is the most important number that I will always ask for. So all three of you, please learn how to run this number and know what it means, because if I'm talking to Vanessa or Alyssa or anybody in the practice, I always want all of you to know where we're at in the race that we're running, right? And the only way that you know where we're at in the race that we're running is what's on the books, right? So if we have 180,000 on the books, we've won January. Does that make sense? January is over. You can now start pushing stuff into February. If we have $80,000 on the books, we still have some work to do. Does that make sense? And so it should kind of change how we talk to patients, our sense of urgency. When we get them scheduled, we have to have an awareness. But if you don't know where you're at in the race, you don't know how to pace yourself. Does that make sense? Cool. So,
Production says
I'm thinking
I don't know if that's
two, five. So all providers, yeah.
All you have to do is click the month thing in the top left and it should
Yeah.
have it pulled up.
I think that's it.
yeah, that's what I did, but I don't know if that's right.
What does it say?
I'm sorry, hold on, I'm on another screen.
83.
I know you know how to do it, doctor, but just let her figure it out. I know you know, but let her figure it out.
Well, but she's on the Pano computer, which may not have all of the.
Ah,
They have defaults, and it doesn't include all the providers.
Yeah, I don't
okay,
think it's right.
Because I
okay.
pulled it up once on one of the front ones, and it said I had 28,000. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's not
that's a scary number. What is it, doctor?
83,476.
I knew it was 80. I was going to guess 83. 83, 476?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And I have 83,326. So
Yeah, it's always you could sneeze.
What? It's because you don't have. It's because it didn't chart. You don't. Uh, Dr. Warren did a consultation that was $150, and he's not included on that in that
yeah.
provider list. That's the $150 discrepancy.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's review because we got a lot accomplished here, and I know you guys are running out of time. We're 3 days in, 13 days out for the month of January. From last month, December, we future booked 8 crowns at the end of December into January. The same thing is from last month. So 8 crowns were pulled forward from December. We prepped 4. We have 20 left on the books in this month. In the next 13 days, we have only one future book. We have 4 crowns diagnosed. So let me just do a bit of math here. 24, 25. Doctor, what's 25 minus 8? Is that
17.
17? So do we really think we've added 17 crowns to the schedule in the last 3 days? Don't know, but we'll see. That seems like a lot. But maybe Mirabelle is an incredible case presenter, and we're just thrilled. Doctor has produced 12,600 on 3 days for an average of 42. It's not a bad average. We need a little bit more than that, but not bad. The hygienists are doing their usual great stuff, even though they have 10 empties. So, okay, I'll come back to that. You're going to run a production by procedure code for this. Our new patient count is low. I'm just kind of going over the things that we've learned and how I look at it, right? We're going to look at our procedures here. We're going to look at our imaging here. We produced 16. We have 83,000, which isn't terrible for it being this early in the month, right? I had figured about 80. That was the number that I at least hoped it would be. So, it's not bad. We need to add another 30,000, 40,000 maybe. Do we have any ortho cases, Alyssa, that are low-lying fruit of people who are interested?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.